Oops, sorry guys. Let's try that again. Here we go. Okay, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, I am teacher Zaida. I am so happy to see all of you today. Welcome designers and storytellers to the biggest comic strip contest of the year. So welcome to 98th Percentiles Comics, Tell a Tale with Comic Strips. But before we start, I'm calling all parents. Children, please go run and get your mommies and daddies for just a short presentation for them. I'll give you a couple of minutes to go do that. So run, 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 and go get mommy and daddy. Okay. All right, parents, I will only take a short minute of your time. Okay, so let's take a look. Parents, kindly note that this session is being recorded for quality and marketing purposes and to make sure I'm doing a good job. We will share screenshots and snippets of this video on our social media and other websites to let the world know how wonderful your children are. So, who are we and why are we super? We are 98 Percentile, an online e-learning company. We offer classes in ELA, math, public speaking, and coding. And what's great about us is that we have live classrooms, acceleration and skill mastery, and small class sizes. Parents, if you have any questions at all, please type them in the chat and someone will answer them for you. So what are the benefits of joining 98 Percentile? Well, it's 8 times the value for your money, and who doesn't want to save money? We have personalized learning, proactive and progressive methods. We use award-winning platforms and an accelerated curriculum so that your child can learn quickly and get ahead fast. Why our customers love us? Let's take a look. Look at all these fantastic reviews. Please take a look at the chat. There will be some links there where you can check out our Google and Facebook reviews, and you will see how much our students love us and our teachers, like me. And today we have an event-only offer. You get 4 weeks free classes, and not to worry, no credit card is required, but act fast because it's first come, first served. So don't miss this opportunity. Again, that's 4 weeks of free classes. And it's a very simple process to register. Step 1. Go to www.98percentile.com and click for your free trial. You can also, again, look at the chat. The link will be there for you. Step 2, book the correct grade level free trial class on the portal. Make sure you click the correct grade level. And very important, the event offer is valid only if you book your free trial classes before June 7th, 2021. So act fast. We only have a couple of days. And we have an extra super duper surprise offer. If you enroll directly, you will get up to $100 off if you choose to enroll directly. So you can do that as well. And that is a fantastic offer and a big savings. So what is a comic strip? It's a sequence of drawings, often cartoons, arranged in panels to display brief humor or form of a story, often serialized and with use of balloons, text balloons, and captions. What is comics? 98th Percentile's Comics is one-of-a-kind contest where first, we're going to teach your children how to develop a storyline with me and their minds around their favorite superhero, robots, pets, and other fictional and non-fictional characters. And then we're going to teach them how to transition that storyline into a graphic visual in the form of a comic strip. Isn't that exciting? I'm excited. So let's take a look at some famous comic strips. Everybody knows Superman and Batman and Robin. This is a very classic comic strip. And also Garfield, the naughty cat that gets into some adventures, as well as Batman and Robin and the Joker. These are some of the classic comic strips. So how are we dividing the groups? The first group is the unicorn group, and that's going to be for grades 1 and 2. The second group is the Garfield group, and it is going to be for grades 3 and 4. And finally, we have the Phoenix group, which is going to be grades 5 and 6. So take a look at the timeline. These are very, very important dates for the contest. So please, please, please note them down. And again, parents, if you have any questions, do please put your questions in the chat and someone will answer them for you. So let's take a look. From June 4th to June 6th are our master classes. This is where you're going to learn, or your children are going to learn, how to write a storyline and how to transition that storyline into a comic strip. June 9th, very important date. Note it down in your calendar. We are going to start to accept comics entries. June 10th and June 8th, this is the most important part, and it is when you submit and promote your comics. Tell your friends, tell your family about your comics so that they can vote for you on your social media. Very important. Also, note that down. And on June 20th, we have our winner announcement. Yeah, another important date, but the most important is for you to share, 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 like, and share so that everyone knows that you are in this contest and they are voting for you. So let's take a look. We are going to be having 2 master classes today. First, we're going to learn how to create a storyboard with me, and we will take a little break, and then after that you will have the second master class where Ms. Sanskriti is going to help you to design a comic strip, or your children. You can stay along too, parents. So let's take a look. Unicorns grade 1 and 2 contestants will create and submit their comic strips by hand. Okay, they will do that by hand. Grades 3 to 6, the contestants will create and submit their comic strips on Canva comic strips electronically. So on the comics wall, all comics created would be submitted on the 90th percentile comics wall. The comics submitted would be verified, making sure that there are no naughty words, no misleading stories, and no sour graphics. Any animations or any naughty words will be filtered out. The posts submitted on comics would have features to like and also share the comic strip on social media. So like and share, and let the world know that you are in this contest so you can be the winner, or your child can be the winner. And the top 3 posts in each category that receives the maximum number of likes will be the winner. So we can take a look here at some of the sample comic walls. Yes, we can have a 3-panel comics, or also 4 panels up to 6 or 9 panels. And what superpowers and how would your child benefit by participating in comics? Let's take a look. Well, they are going to get scholarships. If they are the winner, they will get scholarships up to $1,000. And all participants will receive awards and certificates. We're going to have some online interviews so we can let everyone know how fantastic you are. And you'll become a literacy legend with your fantastic storyline, as well as social media fame, some Amazon gift cards, and you'll be crowned the king or queen of comics. Let's take a look at what we have to win. So the 3rd place will win $10 Amazon gift card plus 50% scholarship for 12-week subscription to any of our programs, whether it be ELA, math, public speaking, or coding. 2nd place will win $20 Amazon gift card plus 80% scholarship for a 12-week subscription to any of our classes. And 1st place is going to win $50 Amazon gift card, $50, amazing, plus a 12-week subscription to any one of our programs, again, ELA, math, coding, or public speaking. That is a fantastic prize. So parents, thank you very, very much for your time. Please, please, please call your children back in if they are not already with you, because we are ready to create our storyboard. So I'll just give everyone a minute, and children, please have your children get a piece of paper or a notebook and something to write with, because we are going to create a fantastic story. So I'll just give everyone a minute to get your children or have everyone, all the kids come back. And again, if anyone has any question, please, please, please write it in the chat so that someone can answer you. Okay. All right, I hope everybody is back with us. And the first thing I want to do is first remind you to make sure you have a paper or notebook and a pencil, and also that I am Miss Zaida or Miss Z. Okay, so I want to know, who is your favorite superhero? Who is your favorite superhero? Please look, and vote for who your favorite superhero is. I'll give you 1 minute to vote. Let me know. Who do you like? Oh my goodness. All right. Wonder Woman seems to be #1 so far. That is fantastic. Okay, we've got 10 more seconds to vote. Okay, polling is over, and it looks like the winner is Wonder Woman. That's fantastic, because we're actually going to write I wrote a story about Wonder Woman. Okay, all right, so let me see a show of hands. Who is ready to get started? Let me see some virtual hands. Who is ready to get started? All right. Oh, excellent. I see some enthusiasm here. All right, very good. So let's get started on writing our story for our comics. So, what is a comic strip? What is a comic strip? I want to know. So raise your hand if you want to answer, or type it in the chat so I can see your ideas. Yeah, what is a comic strip? Okay, let's see. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's hear Pranav. Pranav, what is a comic strip?
It's it's like how you make comics, like it's like a comic.
Yeah, it's like a comic. Okay, very good. Any other, can I get one? Thank you. Thank you, Pravnav. Okay, any other ideas? Any other ideas? Let me hear from Krati. Krati? Yeah, Krati, tell me, what is a comic strip?
A comic strip is like a thing where people talk, like make people that people in the box talk. It's like a bubble.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Well done. Okay, all right. So let's take a look. What is a comic strip? Comic strips are little stories with pictures. So great job to those of you who raised their hands and shared your ideas. So yeah, comic strips are little stories with pictures. And what is a character? Let me see some virtual hands or type it in the chat and let me know, what is a character? What do you think is a character? Let me see who is going to answer for me. Okay, is that Hiramai? I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Go ahead. What is it? Oh, hello. Hello.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
a
What is a
character is
character?
just a made-up person in different stories.
A character is made up person in different stories. Fantastic. Okay, well done. Yep. Okay, let's ask one more for a person. Faiza, what is a character? What is your idea of a character?
It is a person in a book or a animal.
Okay, very good. That's fantastic. Well done. Okay, so a person, someone wrote a person or an animal, people in a story. Kian, great job. Well done. Okay, so a character is a person and an animal, great job there, or a thing in a story. And writers use characters to perform the actions and speak dialogue, moving the story along a plot line. So there are five key elements to the story, to storytelling. So let's take a look at the first one. It's a hero or a heroine, okay? That's number one. Number two, we also have a villain, the bad guy. And number three is the rising action. Number four is the conflict, the most important part of the story. And we also have the resolution. And we're going to take a look at each and every one of these, and we're going to start to write our story. So be ready with your pens or pencils, because we're going to get started here. All right, so a heroine or a hero or a heroine. Can you tell me who or what is the characteristics of the hero or the heroine? Raise your hands, raise your hand. I want to hear from you, or type it in the chat and let me know. Okay, let me ask Neil. Neil, what is a hero or a heroine?
A hero or heroine is a female or male person in a story. It could be an animal as well. That it can have superpowers. It can read people's minds. It has special abilities and special costumes to hide its identity, and sometimes has capes and special powers and fights crime.
Wow, Neil, that was fantastic. Well done. Yes, absolutely, Neil. Great job. Okay. And let me see what else we have here. Yep, Kian says brave and has superpowers. Yes, great job. Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, so a hero or a heroine takes action. They are ready to go, go, go. They also combat danger or adversity. And they have courage or strength to fight those villains or those problems. So what I want you to do now is take a moment, write on your paper, hero and heroine, and think about who the hero or the heroine is going to be in your story. Write it down, type it in the chat, okay? And then raise your hand so you can share with everyone your idea. Right? So who is your hero and your heroine? And remember, it doesn't have to be a superhero. It can be a pet, it can be a thing, it can be anything you want, okay? All right, so I'll just give you a minute to think of your hero or heroine. Yeah, and let me know, type it in the chat, raise your hand when you're ready to share with us. And don't forget to write it down on your paper. Okay, Anik, would you like to share your hero or heroine with you? What are you thinking about? Let us know.
That the Iron Man actually shoots from his tummy, which blast is, and then it fights villains with strength, and it first eats, then it gets more strength.
Ooh, okay, that sounds great. So did you write down Iron Man for your hero?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
That is a great job. Well done. Super, super. Okay, let me hear from one more person. Okay, what about, let's see, what about Hermione? I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Tell me, who are you thinking about for a hero or a heroine?
Well, my name is Hermione, and
Thank
my
you.
my heroine is Wonder Woman.
Ooh, Wonder Woman, me too. Excellent. Well done. Well job. Well done. Amazing.
And I
Oh,
have a question: is
yes.
heroine a girl or a boy superhero?
It's going to be a girl, and then hero is the boy. That is a fantastic question. Very good. Okay. All right. Let's hear from one more person. How about Sripal? Sripal, can you let us know who your hero or your heroine is?
Well, my hero is a spork because you can make really good jokes out of sporks. They're both a spoon and a fork.
I love that. Well done. That is a great job. Great job. That's very, very creative. That is fantastic. That is exactly what we are looking for. And I can see here that someone is saying spider. Yes, you can make it up, Neil. You can make up your own. Yeah. So Spider Girl and Captain Marvel. Okay. All right. Yes, you can have a character that does not exist. This is your time to be creative, your time to share your ideas. You can have whatever character you want, whatever hero you want. Okay. Great questions. Great job. All right, so now that we have our hero or our heroine, let's continue. Oops. Let's continue with our villain. Our villain. What is a villain, guys? Let me know. Type that in the chat or raise your hand and tell me who a villain is. What is a villain? Okay. What is a villain? Let me know. Let's see, who wants to answer for me? How about Isabella? Is that Isabella? Yes, Isabella. What is a villain?
A villain is a bad guy that do is a
Oh, oh, what happened, Isabella? I can't hear you, honey. Is it a bad guy? What? Hold on, let's do it again. A bad guy?
bad guy just a bad guy stealing something or destroying.
Ah, very good. Excellent. Yes, that is fantastic. Wow, wow, Isabella, you are super. Okay, what about Abikia? Abikia, I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Tell me, what is a villain?
A villain is a person who destroys things and does bad things.
Ooh, that is excellent. What a great job. Well done. Okay, well, let's take a look. Yep, I see a bad guy. Ooh, the superhero's enemy, Neil. Great job. Yes, someone who makes trouble. Excellent, Faiza. Yes, fantastic, guys. You are doing such a great job here. Okay, so let's take a look. A villain is wicked and naughty and sometimes criminal. They oppose the hero and they carry out some harmful or evil plan. Whoa. Okay, so now I want you to think about who your villain is. Who is going to be the villain in your story? And remember, you can make your villain up. This is your time to be creative. Okay, so write it on your paper so you don't forget, and also write it in the chat. Yeah, or raise your hand and let me know. I want to know who is going to be the villain for the spork. Who is going to be the villain for that spork that we heard from earlier? Okay, so write it in the chat, write it on your paper, and raise your hand if you want to share with us who is your villain. Okay, let's see. Make sure everyone gets a fair chance here. Okay, Anik, who is your villain?
guy that sticks out his tongue, that black villain, that one.
Yeah. Oh, that one. That's your villain. Okay. Well done. Excellent. All right. Let's hear from Ipsa and Ira. Who are your villains? Who is your villain?
Dragon.
Ooh, a dragon. I love it. Great job. All right. Let's hear one more villain. One more villain. Here we go. Let's hear from Pravnav. Pravnav, who is your villain?
My villain is the antagonist. He's a robot, and
Yeah.
he can self-explode himself, and he can destroy everything around him.
Wow, boom, fantastic. Okay, well done, everyone. Well done. That is fantastic. Good job. You guys are doing such a great job. Let's continue. Oh, I forgot to check the chat and see some villains here. Let me see. A robot. Yeah. An onion. Onion Bunyan. Okay, onion bun. Venom. Ooh, Dark Heart. All right. All the spoons and forks are trying to get rid of this pork because he could never fit in. Street Paul, I love it. That is excellent. Okay, so now let's take a look at the rising action. Okay, this is going to have a series of events and it's going to increase tension. You want your reader to keep wanting to read your comic strip, your story. Okay, so this is not the climax yet. You are leading to the climax. It's going up, 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 up. All right, so I want you to think about your rising action. Think about it right now. We're not going to talk about the rising action yet because we're going to learn exactly about the storyline, but I do want you to think about it. Yes, the rising action. And remember that it's a series of events that is increasing the tension, making that story more and more exciting, and it's going to lead to the climax of the story. So be thinking about that because we're in a little bit, we're going to really dig in to writing our storyline and our rising action. Okay, let's continue. Remember, if anyone has any questions, please do write that in the chat so that we can answer those questions for you. And now it's the conflict. What is conflict? Let me hear from someone. Write it in the chat and raise your hand if you want to tell me what the conflict is. Valentino, can you tell me what the conflict is?
The conflict is when like the villain or the superhero is fighting, and then after maybe the superhero wins or the villain wins.
Ooh, okay, very good. That conflict, that sounds good. Great job. Wow, such a smart kid. All right, let's hear from Trisha. Trisha, can you tell me what your idea of the conflict is?
One idea of the conflict could be like where one character is in trouble and then another character comes and saves them.
Ooh, fantastic. What a great job. Oh, yes, that was wonderful. Good job. Okay, so let's take a look at the conflict. Yes, so the conflict is a clash or a struggle between two opposing forces, good versus evil. Okay, and it occurs when the main character struggles with an external or internal conflict. Okay, so it can be like you guys said, with a villain or a problem, or it can be inside, like, should I or shouldn't I do this? Okay, so the conflict can be someone outside of the hero or heroine, or it can be an internal conflict as well. Okay, should I use my sword or should I use my superpowers? Okay, all right. And it also provides the central tension in the story. It is the most important part of the story. Okay, this is the most exciting part of your story. So you can start thinking about your conflict, but you're not going to share it just yet because in a little bit, we're going to really dig in and start writing our conflict and our rising action. All right, and then the last part is the resolution. Resolution, who can tell me what a resolution is. What is the resolution? Raise your virtual hands and let me know. Yes, what is the resolution? Oh, let me hear from Shripal. Shripal, what is the resolution?
The resolution is where the story comes to an end, good wins over evil, and all is just good again, and the villain can't win anymore.
Amazing. Great job. That is excellent. Thank you, Shripal. Okay, and let me hear from Neil. Neil, tell me, what is the resolution? What's your idea of the resolution, Neil?
My idea of the resolution is maybe when one character wins in my story, I want the villain to lose. So somebody loses and somebody wins.
Ah, that's a very good explanation.
And also, during the resolution, the hero will always look beat up.
Good point, Neil. Thank you. That is fantastic, Neil. You are super. Okay, so Shripal and Neil are absolutely correct. The resolution, yes, is the end of the story. We learn what happens to the character after the conflict is resolved. And Neil says the villain always looks beat up. Great job, everyone. You guys are doing such a great job here. It is amazing. Okay, so now let's talk about the plot line. What is a plot line? What do you think is a plot line? Type it in the chat. Plot line, also called storyline. Yeah, what is it? Type it in the chat. Raise your hand so you can share with me what a plot line is. Let's take a look here. One moment. Oh, I can't pull that up. I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Let's talk to here in me. Oh, here in May. Here May. I'm so sorry. I think I might call you Hero. How about I call you Heroine? Yes, tell me, what is a plot line?
A plot line is like a storyline.
A plot line is like a storyline. And what does that mean? What does that mean, a storyline or a plot line?
It means where does the middle of the end or the starting of the story.
Ooh, that is exactly right. That is such a great job. Absolutely. Yes, it's the middle, the beginning, and end of the story. What a great job. Well done. Well done. Okay, so let's take a look what we have here. A plotline includes, Shripal, a plotline includes all the elements of the story, like a climax, resolution, and moves the story along. Wow. Neil says the point of a story, and Faza says, oh, that was for the previous question. Great job, everyone. Just fantastic. Okay, so yes, plotline is a connected series of events that forms the plot in a story or the storyline in a story. Okay, so we have a plot line map here, and this is where you are going to be writing all of your fantastic ideas. Now that we have our hero and our villain, we are now going to do our plot line. So be sure to write this down, yeah, because when you finish with me, you are going to make all of this into a comics with Miss Sanskriti. So make sure you have your ideas written down and write them along as we go through it. All right, so take a look here at number 1. Number 1 says the characters explaining or showing a problem. Okay, characters explaining or showing a problem. So I'll let you know what my storyline is, or what my character is. So my character is Wonder Woman, and she has the day off, and she's hungry and goes to the restaurant to get a burger. And she thinks, as she's walking out, she says, should I bring my weapons with me? And then she's like, it's my day off. And so she's right when she gets to the door, she says, well, okay, well, I'll just bring my whip, even though it's her day, even though it's my day off. She brings her whip with her. Okay, so can you start writing down or explaining to start showing the problem, explaining your character and what is going on at the beginning of the story? Okay, so write down some ideas, write it in the chat, and raise your hand to let me know your ideas. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute or two to get some ideas writing down. So remember, this is just the beginning of the story. You're explaining what's happening, and you're maybe even showing the start of a problem. All right, let me know, guys. Write it in the chat. The most important thing is you write it on your paper. That's the most important. Write it on your paper. Write it in the chat. Yes? And then raise your hand and let me know. Okay, I'll just give you a moment to think about that. Ooh, extra practice for battle villains, say Anish. Okay. I like that extra practice for the battle. So they're getting ready to get into battle, huh, Anish? They're getting ready for battle. Yes, he says yes. Excellent. Okay, let me see here who wants. Oh, I know someone who's going to have a fantastic beginning. Here we go. Anil, let us know how is your story beginning?
My story is beginning with all of the animals that are talking about pollution and think they need a hero.
Oh, I like that. That's fantastic. Well done. Amazing. Okay, let me hear from Trisha. Trisha, how's your story starting, Trisha?
Well, my story, I haven't got a chance to write it, but
That's okay.
I
Just tell me
want
the
my
beginning.
story to start as Wonder Woman. So she's walking on the sidewalk and she spots a new villain. And
Ooh.
her name's Maleficent.
Ooh, Maleficent? Oh,
Yes.
that's fantastic. Great job. I like that. I like that. Very, very good. She's discovering new villains. Okay, one more person, let's share. How about Abikia? Can you tell us how your story is starting?
My story is starting is with my superhero was explaining her group what the crime the villains did.
Okay, what a great job. Yes. Ooh, these all sound really good. Wow, great job. Thank you for sharing. Yes, let's see what Kian says. Kian says a man who has a pet training center makes clones out of pets and who is using them to take over the world. You guys are amazing. What a fantastic beginnings to your story. Okay, now let's take a look here at our next one. So the hero or heroine is springing into action. Remember, we talked about that rising action. Yeah, we're creating tension. We want our reader to keep reading. We don't want our reader to fall asleep. Oh, I don't want to read this anymore. No, we want our reader to be at the edge of their seat and they want to know what is happening next. So as you can see, yeah, we're springing into action. We're increasing that tension into our story. So take a look at mine. So while Wonder Woman is quietly eating her food at the back of the restaurant, she notices the villain, Steely Burgers. Yeah, Steely Burgers likes to steal burgers and cash. He's a naughty, naughty one. And he's robbing the restaurant of cash and burgers. Yeah, so she's back there eating her burger and she notices that there is something going on, right? So you can see that the tension is growing. So, yep, get your papers out or write it down. How are you going to present a rising action in your story? What is going to happen in your story? Yeah, write it down in your paper first, then type it in the chat for me and raise your hand so you can share it with us. And I'll just give you a minute or two to do that. Be super creative, guys. Remember, this is your time to be creative, to create whatever you want. Let's take a look. All right. Okay, let's hear from Anik. Anik, tell me, how is your hero or heroine springing into action?
Iron Man found trash. That was the problem.
Yeah, he found trash. Oh yeah, it's never good to find trash. All right, excellent. Good job on that. All right, how about Anvika? Anvika, tell me, how is your hero or heroine springing into action?
The villain was fighting the. I mean, Wonder Woman is fighting the villain because uh, the villain steals money from the bank.
Ooh, okay, very good. That's excellent. Okay, let's hear one more. Yes, Shripal, tell me what is happening with that spork. Hold on a second. Oh, yes, Shripal, please let us know what's happening with the spork.
So the spoons and forks are setting a bunch of traps for the spork to fall into or get annoyed with, like fake poop, slime, all that stuff. But when
Ooh.
he dodges all those traps mindlessly, they realize they had to destroy him altogether.
Oh, wow. That sounds very exciting. Boom. Excellent. Okay, well done. Let's hear one more. One more. Let's hear from Pravnav. Pravnav, tell us about how your hero or heroine is springing into action.
Okay, so Iron Man comes to the donut shop and he noticed something is suspicious. There on Sunday he went to the donut shop on Sunday, and on Sunday there's a guy named Mr. Walker. And today Mr. Walker isn't there. So he wonders why he wasn't there. He checked his home, but he wasn't there either. But then he saw a guy in a truck, and then he asked, "Have you seen Mr. Walker?" But then he actually drove away. So that guy might be like he maybe kidnapped Mr. Walker.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That is such a creative story. Well done. Super, super. Okay. Let's move it along here. Let's see what Kian says. A hero named Pet Key was sent by his trainers to the training center, and he noticed a factory with weird behavior pets coming out, and he investigates. Ooh, Kian, I like that rising action. Yeah. Let's see what GS has to say. One day, Supergirl was happy. She wanted to go to Virginia Beach, and on the way she found an onion bunion. Wow. That is excellent. Okay, so let's go on to our next, which is the hero and the heroine are fighting a battle against the villain. Or again, remember, it can be an internal conflict as well. So here is mine. Here is mine. So Sealy Burger tries to escape, but Wonder Woman unleashes her whip around his legs. It's a good thing she brought that whip, huh? And hangs him from his feet from the ceiling and stuffs his mouth full of burgers. Oh, yes. She's like, you wanted burgers? Here's some burgers. And she stuffs his mouth full of burgers. So remember your conflict. Yeah, your climax, the most important part of your story, the most exciting. So I want to know what's your exciting conflict. Write it in your paper. Yep, most important in your paper because you got to be ready for your next masterclass. And then type it in the chat and raise your hand so we can hear some of these fantastic ideas that you have for your climax. Remember, the most exciting part of your story. Yes, most exciting part, please. All right. Let's hear from, well, I'll just give you a minute. I'll just give you a minute so you have enough time to get your idea down. And I'm going to hear from Valentino. I want to hear what Valentino has for the conflict. All right, let me know. What's your conflict?
I haven't finished it with my conflict yet.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, how about Isabella? Isabella, is your conflict ready?
No,
Not yet? Okay, I'll come back. Yeah, go ahead.
but
Mhm,
uh,
mhm.
she she went there and kicked Joker in the face.
Oh my goodness, she kicked him in the face. Be careful, because I'm not sure if we can have kicking in the face. But yes, maybe she traps him or something. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that sounds like an exciting conflict. Thank you, Isabella. Okay, and what about, yeah, Crazy? Do you have a conflict for us?
Yes, my conflict is the superhero runs to her home and then she gets her weapons. Then, when she gets her weapons, she first puts up the bad the house of the poor family.
Yeah.
Then she before that the criminal breaks the poor family's home and then they start fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Wow. All right. Excellent. Wow. Thank you. Great job. Let me take a look at the chat and see if we have anything here. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. All right. Here we go. So Anna says Team Rocket and Pokemon steals Pikachu from the mountains. Oh no. Oh no. And Kian says the bad man throws the key out of the factory. The key used is digging poor and Key found a controller to stop the factory. Ooh, that sounds good. Wait a minute. I need to know about these sporks. I need to know about what's happening with the sporks. Shri, where are you? Where is Shri? Shri, what's happening with the sporks? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Great job, everyone. This is, here we go. Here he is. Okay. With the help of Mr. Match, the spoon and the fork start the fire.
They start a fire.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. And then?
And the spork, he can't avoid it, right? Because the whole table would light on fire because it's wooden. And then Spork finally realized the spoons and forks never liked him anyways.
Oh.
So after trying to reason with the guys, he realized that he had to take matters into his own hands and push the cardboard box onto them, shove them under the table, and heard their cries for help.
Fantastic. Wow, that is boom. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You guys have such great ideas. Okay, so now here we go down. We're coming down from our story, from our very exciting climax, and the hero or the heroine is celebrating for defeating the enemy, or for making a good decision or doing a good deed. Okay, because remember, it doesn't always have to be a superhero. Okay, so here is mine, guys. So the police come and arrest Steely Burgers. The cash is returned to the restaurant, and Wonder Woman is the heroine. Okay, so think about your how your hero or your heroine or your character is celebrating for their defeating the enemy or for their actions. Okay, all right. So I'm going to give you a minute. Write that down on your papers first, because you're really going to need that for your next class. And then write it in the chat. Yeah, and raise your hand and let me know. How is your character being celebrated for defeating the enemy or taking some good actions? I'm excited, guys. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say. All right, here we go. We've got some movement here. Yeah. Anish, yeah, making their favorite food. Okay, sounds good. All right. Let me hear from Neil, please tell us, how is your character being celebrated?
So so my hero is driving the automobile cleaner, and the animals are riding on them away from the pollution finally.
Oh, very good. That's excellent. Wow, good job. Okay, let me hear from Trisha. Trisha, how is your hero being celebrated, Trisha?
So my hero, Wonder Woman catches. So Wonder Woman escapes, and she falls off the roof. So then
Oh,
after that, Wonder Woman catches her with her whip, and the
oh.
villain is like arrested, and like Wonder Woman. So and everyone cheers for Wonder Woman.
Wow, great job. Excellent, excellent. Okay, I love these. You guys are doing such a great job. Such a great job. Okay, here we go. The trainers, Kian says her trainers are all celebrated. All the pets are celebrated and thanked him. And Kiki got to be the leader for the training center for 2 weeks. All right, well done. Fasa says you have a lot. Okay, all right. And let's look at the last one, which is our resolution. Yeah, a satisfying ending for the hero or the heroine or any other minor characters in your story. How does it end? How does your story end? So for Wonder Woman, she learns the important lesson that she must always be prepared, even if it's her day off. Okay, so what is the resolution? How does your story end? Does your character learn anything? Let me know. Let me know. Write it on your paper, write it in the chat, or raise your hand so you can share it with us. I'm so excited to hear how your story ends. Everyone is doing such a great job. You're all very creative. That's fantastic. So I'll just give you a minute or two to jot down some notes for how your story ends. Let's see. A party. Gia says a party. Okay, that sounds good. A big party, a big celebration with lots of yummy food. Sounds good, GS. Okay, Kian says the key trainers learned never to put your pet into a place before checking it out. Ooh, that's a very good lesson. That is a fantastic lesson to learn for everyone. Yeah, never do anything without checking it out first. Well done, Kian. Okay. Oh, Sri Harshi, thank you. Thank you, Sri Harshi. All right. Let me see if I can hear. Okay, let's take a look here. How about, oh, I need to know about these sporks. Shri, let me know what happens. How does your story end with the sporks?
Okay, so the tools learn that everyone can be different, and you should always respect others the way that you want them to respect you.
I like that. That's a fantastic ending, fantastic lesson. Thank you, Shri. I really enjoyed your story. Okay, what about Krati? Krati, tell me about it.
Okay, so in my story's ending, I'll do it like this: that my superhero will learn that they should be not, they will not be angry again.
Oh, that's also very good. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, what about one more? Isabella, tell us about it, Isabella.
So she learned that in the weekend you should learn to fight even though it's over, if it's the weekend.
Oh, very good. Okay, here, honey, I would never forget about you. Tell me, how does your story end? Oops, do it again.
Can I?
Yeah, how does your story end, sweetie? Oh, hello? Oh,
I
go
want
ahead.
to tell you the story.
Wonder Woman is trying to find a villain,
Okay.
and then she gets kidnapped, and some other random villain makes her faint, and then ties her up in a chair, and then shuts her mouth. And then, when the villain has gone because he's hungry, she thinks he's gone, and then she frees herself and said, "He will never find me." She saved the
Oh,
day, and
wow.
that's how she continued to go and destroy the villain.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for sharing your fantastic story with us. That is excellent. Okay. Now that we have our okay, wait a minute. Anna says Ash and Gaul from Pokemon, remember to do extra practice for extra powers. That's a good one. Excellent. Okay. Yes, Sri Harshi. Yes, I remember. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's talk about captions and speech bubbles. Okay, let's talk about captions and speech bubbles. So captions and speech bubbles. One moment. One moment. Okay. Using captions is one of the ways that the writer narrates the story. Okay. Also, captions can be used to tell the character's thoughts. So you can use the captions to talk about the character's thoughts. All right. And the captions are usually written at the top or at the bottom of the frame. Yeah. So let's take a look at this example right here. So see these up here? Yeah. These are the captions, and you can use this to narrate your story, to tell how the story is going along. Yeah. And also to talk about the characters, to write the character's thoughts. You can put that as well. Okay. All right. So remember when I was telling you about Wonder Woman and she was thinking, oh, should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, we can put that up there in the captions. And then we also have speech balloons or speech bubbles, like I like to call them because I like the word bubbles. So speech balloons are used for words the characters are saying out loud, for dialogues, or for sound effects like boom and crash and wow. Okay, so let's take a look again at the example and you will see, yeah, that the speech bubbles, yeah, is a dialogue, yeah, or it can make a sound like timber or hee 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 hee. Okay, so make sure that you know the difference, yeah, between the captions and the speech bubbles. So remember, captions are going to have the narration or the thoughts, and speech bubbles are going to have your dialogue or your sound effects. We are almost done. Okay. All right. And finally, whoops, one moment. Okay, let's talk about panels, comic strip panels. Yeah, so a comic strip page has between 3 to 9 panels. The number of panels depends on the length of the story and the illustrations. Okay, so you can have, for example, you can have a 6 panels, and they don't always have to be squares. Take a look, we've got some circles and some rectangles. Yeah, you can also have a star. Yep. So you can make your panels any way you want, and the way you choose how many panels depends on how long your story is. Now remember, you don't want to put too much. You don't want to put too much in each panel. You have to decide which ones you're going to put in your speech bubbles. What are you going to say? Yeah. What do you want your character to say? How much do you want to narrate? Just be careful not to overcrowd your comics. Some pictures and some words, don't do too much. Less is more in this case. Okay. Just make sure that your story is clear. That is the most important part, that your story is clear and that your drawings are clear. And that you have the main points of your story. And go with 1 second. Sorry guys, 1 second. Thought I cleared that. Okay, now it's done. All right, and now So this is my comic, yes? So as I mentioned to you, Wonder Woman has a day off. She goes to get some burgers. She brings her whip with her. Then she realizes that Steely Burger is robbing the restaurant of cash and burgers. Yeah, she takes him into action. She unleashes her whip and hangs him from his feet. And then at the end, she realizes, yeah, that a true hero never is off duty, that she should always be ready for action. So take a look. Yeah, you see that I have my captions. Just a moment. You see I have my captions up here. Yeah, I'm saying how she's feeling. I'm telling the story. And here I am only using it when Wonder Woman is actually speaking or saying something. Okay, so let's see. Do you want to know how to make a plot line in a comic strip? Before we do that, I just want to see if anybody remembers the 5 key elements. What are the 5 key elements of the story? Does anybody remember? Ooh, I've got a lot of raised hands. Okay, Neil, tell me, what are the 5 key elements of the story?
The three key elements of the story are the villains, the heroes, the conflict, the action, and the end.
The resolution. Fantastic. Wow, Neil, great job. Okay, and who can tell me what is the most important part of the story, the most exciting part of the story? Who can tell me that? Let me see. Hermione, what's the most exciting part of the story called?
Ma'am, I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember? That's okay. That's no problem. Okay. Let's see if we can get someone to help you. All right. What about Trisha? Trisha, can you remember what the most exciting part of the story is?
The most exciting part of the story is like where the 2 years fight.
Yeah, that's right. Do you remember what that's called? It starts with a C. That's a good try, honey. No worries. Let's see who knows. Let me ask Shripal. Shripal, what's the most exciting part of the story called?
The conflict or climax.
Yes, the conflict of the climax. Wow, super duper duper. Okay, and what part is it when we're starting to make the story a little tense? When we were starting to make the story a little tense, it's called rising what? Rising, Anik? Rising
Time.
rising time. Yes, rising time. Yeah, it's a rising time. Starts with an A. Rising
Action.
Yes, rising action. Well done. Super, super, super. Okay. Well, yeah. I see. Who is that? Anish, rising action. Very good. Excellent to everyone. You guys did such a great job today. Yeah, so stay tuned for Miss Sanskriti. You guys did amazing. Amazing and wow. I loved all your stories. Okay, and now you are going to take an hour break. Yeah, go get something to drink, something to eat, get a wiggle break in there, relax a little bit, think about your stories, because in an hour you are going to learn how to put your storyline into a comic strip. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Such a pleasure to be with you today. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.